That means it's time to go. Just wanted to check in with you guys, Antoinette and Bryce here from Beach Fitness. We're gonna go through a little weight routine to sculpt the arms, so stay with us. We're gonna go through a big warm up, try to get your body temperature up, something that you can do at home. And then whether you have some simple weights at home or you got some simple inanimate objects that might be heavy that you might be able to modify with, we just wanna make sure that you guys are still moving and keeping healthy at home. So, first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna get the body warmed up. The most important thing about when you get the body ready for doing strength exercises is to try to get the heart rate up, try to get your body temperature up, try to move around. So if you're in your home, the easiest thing to do so you don't have to do some big cardio routine or anything like that, we're just gonna stay in place and we're gonna just start moving in place. So if we start running in place, always try to think about how you're organizing yourself. Try to keep your posture nice and tall, the chin is in. We're gonna roll through the bottoms of the feet. We wanna protect the joints. We're gonna start getting those knees up a little bit more. Feel free to pump those arms. We're gonna try to warm up as quickly as we can, usually about a minute or two. As we run in place, we're gonna do some different things to try to organize ourselves. The chin is in, try to maintain the posture, start getting those knees up a little bit higher, pump those arms. I'm gonna do my best to keep talking while we go through this cardio to warm up the body. The chin is in, try to pump those legs up, big knees, big knees. Pump them up, get tall, get long in the body, try to pump that body up, get that heart rate up. Now we're gonna get those arms above the head. As we get those arms above the head, again, we're trying to increase the heart rate. Try to get those arms up, chin in, try to keep your knees up nice and high. Breathe as you work, long spine, work, work, work. Good, bring the arms down, pump again. Pump, 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 pump. Soft feet. If you can't do this at home, just march in place. Just march in place. We just want to do what we can to move quick, get the heart rate up. Good, small feet, quick feet. Chin in, pump those arms. Manage your spine. Keep your tail tucked. Good, knees up again. Boom, boom. Whether you're marching or you're running, try to keep going. Arms up last time. Work, work, work. Keep going. You can see I'm getting out of breath. Woo! I lift weights, I don't do cardio. We're trying to bring it to you. We're trying to do it. Good, bring those arms, bring those arms. Good. We're gonna turn this into jumping jacks. Jumping jacks. Warm those shoulders up, warm the hips up. Again, manage your spine. Chin is in. Work and breathe. About 30 seconds of jumping jacks. Work at your own pace, even if you're standing and working side to side. We just want to move the body. Get the body temperature up. Get the blood pumping. Work, work, work. Okay, so what we're gonna do next, we're gonna come down. We're gonna start warming up the arms. So bring the arms out in front. They're parallel to each other. Get into a good position. And we're just gonna move the biceps. Move the elbow. Almost like you're fanning yourself. Feels good. Feels good. Manage the spine. Chin in. Work at a good pace. As much as you want to curl, try to open that elbow up too. Move that bicep. Full range of motion. Keep working. We're gonna do about 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Keep working that. Manage your chin. Make sure your shoulders are out of your ears. Keep that head nice and tall. Good, that's about 30 seconds. We're gonna interlock our fingers, bring them to the top of the head. Push those palms into the ceiling, come back down. Try to work to straighten those elbows out. Lock the elbows, chin in, breathe, lengthen to the ceiling. Keep your tail tucked, manage your spine, keep those heels down. Full range of motion. If you have a limitation in your shoulder, your elbow, your wrist, just change your angle. Change your angle, work at the angle that's best for you. We just want to get movement in the joints, movement in the muscle. Good, about 30 seconds. Good, you can bring those arms down. We're gonna reach those arms up to the side. Try to think about that crease of the elbow is faced in, the thumb is faced in. We're just gonna work up. The hands can be slightly in front of the body. Again, manage your spine, manage the tail of the body, keep long into the ceiling. Always thinking about our posture, always thinking about our alignment. Moving those arms, looking good. We wanna do about another 30 seconds. Keep breathing, keep working through full range of motion. The range of motion that's always best for you. Whatever you can manage with your body. You can feel that heart pumping, you can feel your body temperature starting to come up. Once we get about 30 seconds, we're gonna change a little bit. So what we're gonna do is, I want you to bring your hands more behind your body with your thumbs facing each other. Then as you come up, you're gonna rotate out with the palms facing forward. As you come down, face the palms back. Reach it up, reach it down. Turn at the top, turn at the bottom. Try to keep those arms to the side of the body. The chin is in, the spine is long. Get into a rhythm. We want to work through full range of motion. Big spread of the wings, big spread of the arms. Try to pull those shoulder blades back and together as you bring those arms behind the body. You guys are looking good. Keep it up. Keep breathing. I know I'm breathing. Antoinette turned around because she's breathing hard. She wants to give up. The most important thing is we're just trying to have fun. We're just trying to move the body. We're just trying to get results. Good, once you get 30 seconds there, shake that out. We're gonna get into a push-up. Again, modify however you need to. If you need to work on the back of a couch or a table or the counter, then go ahead and do that. Otherwise, we can be on the floor. Even for you guys out there, this is just part of the warm-up. It's not a strength exercise yet. We're gonna go close push-ups. Keep the elbows into the rib cage. Keep the spine straight. You can go from the knees. We're just trying to get movement and blood into those muscles. Manage your spine. Remember, this is first round of movement. First round of movement. We're gonna work on doing all of these warm-up exercises 3 times. So you're gonna get a big warm-up. Gonna get the body turned on. Gonna get the brain turned on. We're gonna move. Now you're probably asking yourself, how is this strength? We're just warming up right now. We're getting the body going because we're gonna start handling some weights now. Once we get our 3 rounds in and you get your heart rate up and you're sweating, you're feeling good, we're gonna find our first exercise. We're gonna do 2 exercises. What we're focused on today is the gun show. We're gonna try to work on sculpting those arms, biceps and triceps. So again, work with anything that you have at your home. We're gonna try to give you some modifications. We're just gonna grab some weights. First exercise, try to get yourself into a nice firm position to the ground. The knees are bent. Try to have a nice straight spine. And we're just gonna curl. When you curl, try to make sure that you don't let the shoulder round forward and the upper back round forward. Try to have a nice straight spine, long in the back of the neck. Breathe into the ceiling. Open that chest up. Work with those biceps. We're gonna work about 10 to 15 reps, whatever's good for you, whatever weight intensity is good for you. Just like Antoinette, she's using the books. She's using the wind resistance as she comes up to fan herself. Once we get to 30 seconds, we're gonna take a bent over position. So again, if you need to modify this and do it 1 arm at a time so that you have some stability, you can work 1 arm at a time. Otherwise, we're gonna try to be a little bit more efficient. Keep the spine straight, shoulder blades back, chin in. We're slowing down our movements here. We want our heart to recover some so we can focus on strengthening and squeezing our muscles. We want to lock that elbow out. The concentration of the exercise is on the kickback. Keeping the chin in, keeping the spine long. Weight towards the back of the feet or the heels. We want to get about 10 or 15 reps, whatever's good for you. Once we do that, you can just shake those arms out again. Again, as we recover from doing some of our heart warm-up, we want to make sure that we get a chance for our muscles to recover. This isn't meant to be a circuit class. We want to strengthen. So you can breathe, you can walk around for about 30 seconds, and then we're going to get right back into it with a slight variation of the exercise. We're going to get back into our position. Knees are slightly bent, the tail is tucked. How we're going to change this exercise now for some variety is we're going to curl in close to the body, or close to the midline. We're going to come back down, and we're going to come out to the side. We're going to come forward, and we're going to come out. Come forward, and come out. Try to just get a slight rotation at the shoulder, slight movement in the elbow, managing the spine, managing the range of motion, working through full range, breathing as you go. For some of you, if you want to work to that muscle burn, keep moving. For other of you, you want to stick to about 8, 10, all the way up to 15 reps. Do again what your level is Best that. Good, once we relax that, we're gonna create a slight variation this time. As we bend over and do our kickbacks, I want you to kick back and turn your palm up towards the ceiling, and then come back in. Remember, when you come back in, we're not doing a bicep curl towards the chest. We want to keep the forearm about parallel or perpendicular to the ground, and then we want to reach back. Long neck, shoulder blades out of the ears. We're going to work and we're going to breathe. Just try to get a slight forward lean so you can get some resistance in the back of those arms as you reach backwards. Again, if you need to modify on a leg, on a table, on a chair, you can go one side at a time. About 10 to 15 reps. 10 to 15 reps. Work that. Squeeze that tricep. Good, we can relax those. That's our first 2 sets of exercises with our resistance and our weight. We're gonna change it up. Again, give yourself a chance to give it a break. Breathe, shake those arms out. We're gonna do 2 more rounds of weightlifting exercises to help strengthen you in your arms. So the next set we're gonna work on is gonna be geared more towards stability. More towards stability. So for those of you at home working on some balance, what you're gonna do first, we're just gonna stand on one leg. If you need to have a modification with the toe to the ground to help work with your stability, or you wanna be in line, somewhere where you can balance and focus on how you're organizing your body while you're working. So we're gonna stand on one leg. We're gonna do about 10 or 15 reps on one leg. You might wanna drop the weights here because we're increasing the reps a little bit. And I just want you to breathe and try to manage your posture and your balance. With the leg you're standing on, make sure the knee's not locked out. Once you get your 10 or 15 reps, you're gonna switch to the other side. Chin in, tail tucked, and you're gonna breathe and you're gonna work. This is gonna give you some good results. As you take the stability away from the body, the arms have to work a little bit more here. Try to manage your spine. Try to keep breathing. Keep those weights moving. We're getting ready for summer. This is gun show. This is all the show muscles right here. We walk out on the beach, walk in the park. Everybody's like, hey, look at those arms right there. Where'd you get those? You can say you got them at the beach. Got them at the beach. All right, we're gonna move into our next segment of balancing exercises for the triceps. We're gonna take the same position that we took before, but instead of both legs or staggered legs, we're gonna try to stand on the one foot. Again, if balancing is hard for you, have a kickstand. Put your toe to the ground, have yourself bent forward, and we're gonna work that tricep again, kicking back the arm. We're gonna stay in that general grip position to try to extend through the elbow. Lock that elbow out. Be long in your spine. Try not to be too arched. Try not to be rounded. Try to have a nice neutral spine. Chin in, 10 to 15 reps. When you get there, we're gonna go to the other side. We're gonna flip it. Work the stability on the other side. We wanna try to keep our pelvis balanced or level to the ground. We wanna keep our shoulders back. I want you to have your chin in. I want you to have a long spine. I want you to keep breathing. Try to work at your maximum. If you need to drop your weights to a lighter weight or a lighter book, go ahead and do so. Otherwise, you can put the weights down all together and just work with your arms. Remember, if you're doing these exercises right, you just start to feel the pump in the arms. Now, if we take ourselves into set number 2, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna work with our stability, challenging ourselves with our balance. This time we're gonna take the same approach as we did last time. We're gonna curl up, and this time we're gonna lift those elbows a little bit and bring it back down. Curl and lift. If we're working with all the parts of the bicep is responsible for lifting that arm up towards the shoulder, aside from just bending the elbow. Try to work all together at once, keeping the chin in, long spine. You can see in a very quick amount of time, we're getting a good workout in with just even some minimal weights. We switch sides, we're gonna continue. Try to extend all the way down so you keep the tension through the muscle. Manage your spine, manage your joints, manage your balance. Man, I might need to tap somebody out here. I might need a stunt double. Keep working with those arms. Keep that chin in. We're gonna finish that set. Now, we're gonna get to our triceps. When we get to the triceps, we're gonna take again the same approach with the balance. We're gonna hinge forward, elbows at the side of the rib cage, nice straight spine, and we're gonna push back with those palms again. Kick back and turn. Kick back and turn. Try to think like as you move through the elbow, you're turning your palm. Turning the palm. Keep breathing. Keep working. Maintain that forward. Lean. When we get to about 10 or 15 reps, we're going to switch sides. Again, in between any of these sets, feel free to hit pause. Breathe for a second, get some water. But if I'm working, you should be working too. Here we go. We're keeping the pump going. We're keeping the work. How those books treating you?
So good. It's actually really good for my grip strength. I'm noticing my wrists and my fingers are working really hard.
Keep managing that spine. Can you feel how much different it is to be on one leg? Good. I think I should have grabbed 5-pound weights. All right, so we're done with round 2 of our exercises. Go ahead and feel free to shake those arms out. Breathe for a moment. Take the sweat out of your eyes. Make sure that you're staying sanitary, cleaning your hands. Okay, so we're gonna go into our last round of exercise here. The good news about it is we're gonna take it to the ground. So some of this is gonna be a little bit of stability, and we're gonna focus on the core here. So if we take our first position for our biceps, what I'd like you to do is get on the knees. Now, if getting on the knees is difficult because you can't bend the knee all the way, or the pressure of the knee is too much, try to see what you can do with a towel underneath your knees, a pillow underneath your knees, something where you have good padding. When you get the weights in your hands, try to have the toes underneath your feet behind you, or you can go flat foot if you can see the back of my feet. Whatever's comfortable for you. What's important is, as you align your spine and tuck that tail underneath you, I want you to lean back a little bit. When you lean back a little bit, there's gonna be some tension and work going through your quad. That's what I want. I want you to keep that belly button strong, pulling it in towards the spine, breathing, focusing on your core. Most importantly, making sure you're not arching through the lower back when you lean back. I want you to keep that lower spine nice and neutral, or nice and straight, as you elongate your posture up through the ceiling. You want those quads to work a little bit. You want those abs to engage. I want you to breathe and work. Once we get those first round in, we're gonna go to round with our tricep. I want you to go onto the hands and knees. If you're like me, it's better for me to have a hand grip so that I can keep my wrist straight. For those of you that can go flat to the ground, or if you want to use a yoga block, feel free to do so. Now, when we get into position, I'm going to start working with my right arm here. So I'm going to bring my left leg up. I want to think about flexing my ankle and pressing that heel back, chin in, spine long, elbow to the side of the body, and we're going to do that kickback exercise again, but we're going to stabilize between our arm and our leg. If you want to get your toe underneath you for different stability, because that helps you, that's good. The main thing is not to have the lower spine like a saddle. We want to keep that tail tucked. We want to be long in the spine, long in the leg. Keep working with your reps. Again, 10 to 15 reps. Trying to manage your spine. Good. When you're done with that side, we're going to switch to the other side. This wrist for me is a little bit tougher, so I'm going to stay on the weight for this one, and I'm going to get my right leg up this time. Nice flat spine, and I'm going to work my kickback. Tricep extension. Lengthen through that tricep. Contract, straighten that elbow out. Manage your shoulders, manage your pelvis, push that heel back, long spine and breathe. Keep yourself working. When you get to your 10 or 15 reps, we're gonna turn and get on the knees again. And like I said, in between sets, we wanna take a little bit of rest, give a little recovery to those muscles, and we wanna breathe. As we organize ourselves straight forward again, this time bring your feet together and your knees wide, and we're gonna lean back in that position to do our curls. Now we're gonna give a little modification to the curl this time to give you some variety. We're gonna go back to the front, and I want you to really go out to the side. Again, if you have a shoulder limitation, try to only rotate as much as you feel comfortable. Try to breathe, and we're gonna work out in towards the midline, out towards the lateral part of the body. Working in, working out. Chin in and breathe. Keep yourself moving and working. Remember, we're leaning back. You should feel some tension in the quads. Keep that tail tucked. Keep breathing and working. Good. Relax that after about 10 or 15 reps. We're gonna get back into our hands and knees position. And we're gonna do the rotation of the hand again this time. Leg is gonna be up. Opposite leg with the arm we're reaching with. And we're gonna turn that palm up. Push back and work. Push back and work. If you see Antoinette here, she's got her water bottle. The good thing about the water bottle is you can fill it up with as much water as you want. She's got a big liter bottle here that she can fill up quite a bit, and it'll increase that weight. It could be about 8 pounds. If she only fills it up halfway for some of these sculpting exercises, that might be enough. I'm gonna try to go on my wrist here for this last set and try to work with my other side. And I'm gonna turn that palm up towards the ceiling, keeping the spine long. I hope you guys see here, we're not messing around with these exercises. We're both working. I'm sweating on the floor. I'm breathing heavy. Man, I thought I was doing myself a favor by grabbing 10-pound weights, but this is a lot of work when you're doing it right. When you get these weight sets in. Keep pushing that heel back, long in the spine, tuck the tail, keep working. Good, when we get into the last couple reps, try to focus on your alignment. Go ahead and bring those weights down, or bring the water bottle down. What we're gonna focus on now, you can get yourself in a position, whatever's comfortable for you. You wanna sit on the ground, you wanna kneel like we're kneeling, whatever's good for you. We're gonna do some stretching. So the first thing, we work with the arm. Go ahead and bring that arm out in front of you and just bend that wrist. We're gonna do our cool down now. That's been about 20 minutes already of exercise. So good for you guys to get it in. Simple to do a 20-minute round workout and try to get a good results. You can do these several times a day if you want to, with different exercise or muscle groups. Otherwise, we can do it every single day, and you're gonna see the results you can get in your body, especially now that we have a good lead time for the summer. Turn that hand around, try to open up that forearm, open up that bicep. Always remember to keep your spine in good alignment. You're breathing. We're gonna switch to the other side. Usually for a cool down and a stretch, 30 seconds is about good for each part of the body as far as how we're stretching it. We just need to keep opening those areas up after we work out so that some of those muscles don't get restricted after the workout. Go ahead and bring your palm up and reach it down behind your back like you're trying to put your hand to your opposite shoulder blade. Again, manage your spine so you're not arching too much, and just give yourself a little pull on that elbow towards the head. Now that you're getting some tension in the back of that arm, feel free to push that elbow up into the ceiling to try to get a little bit more tension through the back of the arm. Breathe and reach, lengthen through that muscle. Try to keep that hand on the back side of the shoulder blade. And then what we can do is we can open up both arms and switch to the other side. Try to get a little tug on that elbow as that hand goes to the shoulder blade, and then push that elbow towards the ceiling to get a better stretch in that tricep. Go ahead and keep breathing. Make sure you try to manage your head. If you have a hard time with this overhead position, you can always modify and try to come across the body on either side. Good. So go ahead and take a seat to the floor. We're gonna do a bicep stretch. Again, for some of you, try to make sure that you modify as needed with the wrist position, with the body position. If you get your hands behind you about shoulder width apart with your hands flat to the ground, spread the fingers. Once you're in this position, it's easy to make sure that you move your pelvis slightly forward to get that angle in the arm so that we can stretch the bicep. Pull your shoulder blades back, lengthen your spine, and push your sternum towards the wall in front of you to try to stretch that chest out a bit and get that stretch through the biceps. Breathe and work in this position. Try to lengthen your spine. Try to have a good open chest as you push that sternum forward and manage the hands flat behind you. Again, we're gonna hold for about 30 seconds and try to get some opening. Best case scenario, you can work with a lot of these stretches that we just did for a little longer holds, or even do it 2 or 3 times in a row, just to make sure we get good mobility if you're feeling that you have some limitations as far as mobility in any of these muscle groups. If you want to go ahead and come out of that nice and gentle, I want to thank you guys for coming to us today and watching our arm sculpting video. I hope you guys got a good pump as me, Antoinette, Bryce coming at you from Beach Fitness. Thank you so much, guys. We'll keep you posted with more workouts.